Hey, it's Melissa with Sincerely Creative Mom. Today we're going to open up a surprise supply box. So this is a mystery box subscription that I get every month. If you want to know the link and more information on it, you can go to learnfrommelissa.com, and under the supply section you'll find wreath supply box. So learnfrommelissa.com, enter in your email, scroll down, follow the directions from there. Okay, it's a mystery every month. We wait for Deco Exchange to open it until we reveal it. And then, of course, I delay some more. But I'm excited to show you. I've already actually opened the box. I get 2 boxes. It all comes in one, but I get 2. So what I've done is I've already prepared supplies to make a design from some of the supplies inside the box. So I have everything prepared. After we go through the box, we're going to make a super cute wreath. So join us and stay tuned. Again, it comes as a mystery. It is a monthly subscription, and it's always inspired by one of the coaches. And it's not necessarily a kit, but it's intended for you to be inspired by the pieces in to make one or several wreaths. There's 2 layers. There's a standard box and a deluxe box. The contents inside this box is deluxe, okay? And I'll differentiate which one is the deluxe, which one is the standard. I get 1 standard and 1 deluxe, okay? So you'll see why in just a couple minutes. All right, so I'm super excited. We have lots of greenery and fun stuff that comes up in the beginning, which I'm really excited about. We have some long pieces here, long pieces of greenery. Great for probably a grapevine. We actually received 2 of them, which is even super great considering sometimes with a grapevine or certain designs, you know, you need some to go up, some to come down. I love that. So we get 2 of those. We actually got 3? No, 2. 2. Look how cool this is. It is, I'm pretty sure it was probably custom, but it's the orange and yellow and white mix. Look at how, the 60919. Look at how awesome that is. Super great. And we get 2 of them. Again, great for grapevines that are going to go up and down. We're not going to make a grapevine. We're going to make something different, but super cool that we got 2 of those. Love the custom, and even if they're not custom, I don't know whether they are or not, but I love the mixture of the colors. A nice greenery with yellow. Again, I get 2, so really nice that I was able to have actually 2 of these. So 1 came in each box, which is awesome. So I got 2, which is super cool. Okay, nice greenery, kind of dried flower feeling kind of look. Love that. And there's 2 stems on there. Again, if you're thinking of grapevine, 1 can go on the top, 1 can go on the bottom to add in that texture. Love. My favorite thing of all time is always, I love, Megan and I, so Megan inspired this box, Coach Megan. I love Silver Dollar Eucalyptus. It's one of my favorites. It's one of my for sure favorites. So one of these, I'm sorry, we get 2 of these in with our box. Love all the stems there. Totally great. Love that. And it's just even more fascinating to me that we get 2 in your box. I love that. Again, think about a grapevine. 1 can go on the top, 1 can go on the bottom. You're making your little bundles that I'm so famous for. I love that. I love that. I'm going to set this one aside actually, because I'm just decided I was going to add this into the design that we're going to make in just a couple minutes here. So then also, in addition, super cute with the carrots and the different designs. I love that. I love the lace edge ribbons, so super cute. I love how they coordinate. Don't forget about that open weave. Moss green, look at how beautiful they match together. Love that. And then coming in with a nice bright yellow to topper. So cute. I'm using all of these ribbons in the design that we're going to do in just a couple minutes here. Oopsie. Love those. And then of course We are totally using this. I've already prepared my sign for the design, but I love that. Love, love, love. And then this, they do have a list of the supplies. So this is the standard. The standard is $60. It includes shipping. It has a value of $89.77. So you can see a super great savings there. And then the deluxe box is 90. I always forget, 94, 97, I can't remember, but it has a value of $159.22. So the deluxe box, all of this was the standard. I'm not sure if this cross was part of the, let's see, it has a SKU on it. It doesn't have a SKU on it. I'm not sure if the cross was part of the standard or not. I cannot remember. I can't remember. Anyways, I can't remember. I don't know. It's not listed here, so I'm not sure if that, maybe there was a bonus or an extra. I'm not sure. But we're going to go with this sign. And then also these were in the box, but they weren't listed, so I'm not sure if those are also a bonus. I'm not sure. I don't know. Sometimes you get extras, sometimes you get bonuses. Sometimes you get substitutes. Sometimes maybe one thing they printed this ahead of time and maybe one thing didn't come in and they've substituted something else. So there's always that also. So the deluxe part of it though, you're getting signs and stickers, which I totally love. And these are all custom and exclusive to just the deluxe supply box. So these signs are not available for everyone to purchase. They're only available for the deluxe subscription holders to purchase more of. So if you like what you see here, you need to be part of the subscription, deluxe subscription. So, and I haven't looked at these yet, so we're gonna look at them together. We got some stickers. Thank you for shopping small. We have been putting stickers all over our kit boxes and our wreath boxes. So this is very helpful. Super duper cute on the, I mean, I might not be the favorite of the gnomes, but it's still super cute, especially for Valentine's Day. This is darling. Welcome to our home. It's a very burlappy, super sweet bunnies coming in there. A very natural look. I love that. That looks like it's a 8x10 maybe. And then, okay, very simple. You can use this for every day. You can add so many different ribbon combinations to this. Nice light wood background. Love that. Again, they're that really good metal. Perfect for wreaths. This one, super cute. Very nice. Y'all, I love the real soft, and I know it's Easter with the bunny, but I kind of feel like really romantic-y almost, like just real soft and sweet, Victorian maybe. I love that. Love, love. A little kind of shades of blue to come in here. Love. And then also, oh, a nice butterfly with some roses. Super pretty. Very nice. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 signs here. Let's just go back here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so I'm guessing this was probably in part of the deluxe. This might be part of the deluxe, I'm guessing. Yeah, there's no SKU on it, but I'm just guessing by process of elimination. And then of course the thermal stickers and the stickers, so that would match. So this is part of the deluxe. Love, love. Just beautiful kind of stained glass look there on the cross. And I love that it's like the shape. It's not just a circle, it's the shape, it's wooden. Love, just beautiful there. Okay, love that. And then of course on the back of this, they have a special coupon for supplies to order more supplies that you see here. There's a coupon code on the back that is just for the subscription holders. Super cool. So I've already gone ahead. Now again, it's a surprise every month. You don't know what you're getting. It's a complete surprise. You don't know, okay? So you have to trust in the process. You have to trust in the people who are selecting the materials, which, you know, all the coaches have been participating. I think I was the first set of boxes. Then it was Jordan, Tammy, Megan. This is Megan's set. I'm not sure how many are left on in her cycle. And then I'm not sure who's next, but inspired by the creative coaches, which is so, so great. So that's the box. Let's get on to the design, right? Let's make something with this stuff. I already have it prepared for you. Let's get rolling. Okie dokie. So again, I said it wasn't a kit, okay? It wasn't a kit. It was meant to you know, you could make several wreaths from what was there, quite honestly. But I went with the carrots. Oops, there. I went with the carrots, and so we're going to start, of course, with our 14-inch pancake wreath frame. I'm going to add all of our pipe cleaners. Again, we just need 12 for a very budget-friendly base. Budget-friendly base. So our frame, if you've never saw our frame before or used our frame before, it is based on my pancake wreath design, which is about 23 or 24 inches wide, and the overall design, but super thin, okay? It's super thin so that it would help accommodate those who have a storm door or a screen door, so it would fit between the doors. Now, of course, you know, I add a bow, so it doesn't necessarily stay super thin with the bow, but it can definitely be made that way. But the base itself with the mesh and the ribbons. Now, we are going to add some of that greenery and floral, so stay tuned for us adding that. It'll be super cool, super different, interesting. It'll bring in some floral, it'll bring in and level up your just plain old pancake wreath. Number one, if you have never watched us make this before, I am putting that in right where the hole is. There's always a hole and then a coordinating notch. That's where I'm putting in my pipe cleaners. And what I'm doing is on the outside pipe cleaner, on the outside here where the notches are on the outside, I'm tying that right close to the notch. On the wood, but close to the notch. And on the inside, I'm tying it on the wood, but close to the notch. Not inside the notch, but on the wood. And I'm doing that just to help a little extra layer of separation when it comes to adding in our layers and being able to see all the pretty ribbons that we're adding. Perfect, okay? So I already have my sign prepared. You guys, I have a video that's just simply for cutting instructions, tips on how to cut your mesh, on how to cut your ribbon, on how to prepare your sign. So that's available on our YouTube if you're looking for just tips on, you know, how to get your mesh to, you know, not fray, in just really cool, good tips, okay, good tips. It's a good tip that would, even if you don't buy our kits, it's a good tip, a good video to apply to all your cutting and all your wreath making. Okay, so here we go. We're going to start our mesh. This is one of my favorites. I loved the natural, again, coming in with all those natural colors, the natural and the white, because our sign has a lot of white in it. And so I'm just going to ruffle right up the center as best as I can. And this is one of my favorite meshes. I really enjoy this one. It can be applied to so many different designs. Coming in right on top, crisscross, twist, twist. And I'm just going to overlap these to kind of help them stay in place. And then I'm going to flip those under so everything stays mostly round but flat like a pancake. Thus, the pancake wreath and the pancake frame. Now, even though I'm saying, you know, I'm putting in these mesh pieces flat, if you don't want them to be flat, you don't have to do them this way. You can do it any other way you want. This just one of my most popular designs, so I just always revert back to this recipe. Plus, it's a super simple recipe. It goes fairly quick, especially when I cut everything ahead of time so that it's ready to go for you. Ruffling right up the center. Y'all, if you have never used mesh before and you're, you know, buying supplies, I would suggest, or you're getting ready to make your first wreath maybe, I would suggest cutting a piece of that mesh and just playing with it. Just get a practice going, you know, feel how it, you know, feels on your hand, how you scrunch it up, do it a couple times, because what happens is the mesh is like it's a woven material. And so when you cut it, right, when you cut it, it does start to fray. It's going to happen. It's just simply going to happen. And so you want to do your best to make sure it doesn't fray a lot. Again, that cutting instruction video would definitely help on a couple of my favorite tips on how to minimize the fraying. But once you put your piece in, you just want to leave it. I do overlap it. I am kind of gentle with it. I overlap it, and then I don't touch it. Just leave it the way it is and let it do its thing. And then every time I come in here, I'm also making sure I kind of snug that in so that these pipe cleaners on the inside are ready for me when I'm ready. Okay. All right. 2 more pieces here, and then we're going to go on to some ribbon choices. Oopsie. There we go. Cute, cute. Now, you typically the coaches would make or do make a design, so you'll see all sorts of different designs made with the same materials, the same, you know, some, maybe not all, but some of the same materials. I went with one of the ribbons from the box for the tails, and then I grabbed a different ribbon from off my shelf for another, for the other tail, just because I wanted to use the rest of the ribbons that were in the supply box in the bow. And I really try super hard to make sure my ribbon tails are separate, and I'm purposefully, intentionally rather, not using the same ribbon that's in the ribbon tails in the bow, just so that that bow stays, you know, separate, and it's, you know, you can really tell that there's the bow and it doesn't blend in too much. All right, overlapping all those. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. Okay. All right, so from here, now I already have our ribbon tails ready, and I have our bow ready, so let me get these ribbons out. So here, for the tails, I decided to go with, now if you know me, you follow me, you know what I'm going to say. I decided to go with the carrots and a coordinating plaid. I love this. I love the plaid. This plaid pattern is one of my favorites. They offer it in all the different color patterns. I love, love, love it. Super cute, cool with the natural coming in here. The natural, and then, of course, with the orange. I'm introducing the yellow here because we have yellow in the floral. Remember that floral that we used? So we have yellow in the floral that we're going to bring in. So I'm trying to start introducing that yellow here in the tails. So we're going to add those in super quick, nice and easy. I love the little polka dots here, giving just a little hint of whimsy. And then we did go pretty natural on the rest of the design, which is very nice. So I'm putting these in. Scrunchy, scrunchy, scrunch. Up and down, put it right in there. Perfect. Again, if you're interested in the supply box, or if you're interested in actual wreath kits that are intentionally for kits, you can check out, just go to learnfrommelissa.com. Learnfrommelissa.com. You'll put in your email address there, and then the next box you'll click on, it'll give you a list of all the ways we can help you and provide resources. There's a list of our favorite suppliers. There's a list of our favorite tools. There's links there for other popular videos that we've done. Links to all of our social medias. So many great things. All nice and neat, one little spot. You can also buy, there's a link there for the actual pancake frame, just the frame, you can link there. All right, so from here, I put them in, but I did have 2 ribbons there, so we got to see both ribbons. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my wire cutter and cut these off. And then I do have little details that I know might seem, you know, they might seem like, oh, that's a little detail, like putting in the pipe cleaners and where I tie them, like where I twist, Remember, on the outside frame, it's closer to the notch, and on the inside of the frame, it's closer to the notch for the separation. You might have thought, well, that was a little, you know, extra detail. Well, it is a detail on purpose so that when you get to this stage, you're bringing those pipe clean, or these, I forget my words sometimes, y'all, closer to the edge. So I'm going to separate them up and down. I'm going to separate them twice, up side to side. That's another detail, small detail that you want to make sure you're doing. Up and down, side to side, because I want, when I put those in place, I want them to stay like this and not go back to this, right? I want them to stay separated, and I don't want them to go back to this. So I'm going to push this in and push straight down. So it kind of crunches that all together. Spread those apart. Now, I knew as soon as I saw this ribbon, and as soon as I saw the florals in there, I knew what plaid exactly that I was looking for, although I wasn't sure that I had it. And I was so excited when I saw it. If it's plaid, I'm going to try to add. Oh, there we go. If it's plaid, I'm going to try to add. I love it. Okay. Love. So cute. And I love that green, that floral. I keep talking about it because we're going to be adding it here in just a couple minutes. That floral that has the orange and the yellow. It had so much of the blended, I almost felt like I had one of each color until I really looked at it and realized that it was, you know, both the orange, the yellow, and the white were all in one. I love that. Love, love, love. Now, I could have done so many different designs with this. Big, little, even littler, all sorts of different designs. But I know I sell the most of this particular style. So, of course, I'm going to make this particular style. There we go. Okay, perfect on the tails. And I'm going to go and do the same exact thing here. So this part's going to be a little bit boring because we're going to do the same exact thing on that next layer. Let me move these out of the way so I can get to them quickly. Except we're going to do one thing different with this layer, just a little bit. Well, two things, kind of. All right, ruffling right up the center. Ruffle, ruffle, ruffle. Coming right down on top. Now, here's where I get to say the same thing I always say. Right now, you can still see that frame. No one likes that frame as much as I do. It's our patent pending. Damon from Deco Exchange and I are co-patent partners for the frame. It's based on my patent pending wreath design. Okay. And so no one likes to see that frame more than I do. I love the frame. It's so great. It's so great. It does not necessarily mean you can only make pancake wreaths. Okay. You can make, you've seen, maybe you haven't, but I made a gigantic 28 inches wide. I think it was 10 inches deep. The purple wreath, the purple floral wreath with the cross. It was stunning. So many things you can make with this frame. But your customer, when they get their wreath, they don't want to say, oh, there's a frame. I can see the frame. You don't want them to say that. So it's our job to cover up that frame as best as we can so that you see the ribbons, the sign, the bow. We're going to put some greenery, floral in here. You want them to see all of that, not the frame, right? So it's our job to do that. Now, if you look at the first layer, you can still see that frame. Adding in this layer, you're starting to really cover up that frame, which is great. But if you look really closely, you can still see it. So that's where that second layer of ribbon, the sign, the bow, we're even going to add, again, that greenery. So it's all going to help cover it up. And then also, so this layer is where it really starts to happen, because on the outside, these pieces just kind of barely touch, whereas these pieces really overlap here. So you're getting so many layers that go through, which is wonderful to help that coverage. Okay. Perfect. I love it. Again, flipping those little kind of ruffles under will help keep it in place. And surprisingly, they stay when you flip them under. It's so crazy. I know it's weird, but they do. They actually do stay, just like that. Now, also that cutting instruction video that I was talking about earlier, which I guess I should add that link to the learnfrommelissa.com so that it's easy to get to. But I talked about the roll of mesh itself, and when you cut the mesh, exactly what pieces, when you cut it off the roll, what pieces are great to go where, okay? Because I know that sounds crazy, but those little details do actually help. So that is off. I'm going to remind myself to add that to the list. All right. Coming right up here, totally super cute. Oh, I love this. I love, love, love the ribbon combination. I love it against this mesh. This is going to be a good one, y'all. This is going to be a good one. Super cute. All right. Again, going right back in. Now this time, I'm not going to twist the pipe cleaners a lot of times. I'm going to twist it like super tight, maybe twice. Okay, I got to remind myself to do that, but that's the plan. I'm going to twist it super tight, but like twice. Because we're still going to put something on the top here that's going to be our add. Super tight, but twice. That's it. Form it out towards you, put it in there. We're adding one more thing. Now the easiest way to add to this, add greenery to this, which greenery would have been super cute too because of the green in that, the ribbon. So adding a greenery, just a plain greenery would have been super good too. We're gonna add something a little bit different. Forgot what I was gonna say. I got distracted looking around. Okay, so we have our measurements. Our ribbon is 14 inches long. Our mesh is 20 inches long. Again, let that cutting instruction video be your guide and helpful to you. Okay, now, now let's spread these apart. Okay, I still haven't cut them off yet, but let's spread them apart. I'm going to be kind of gentle with them because they're not really, there isn't a lot of twisting going on there, and they sometimes do come apart when I do that. So I'm going to hold that center kind of. There we go. This is darling. Like, I never thought, you know, when I was younger, I always thought orange and yellow were like the worst colors. Like, if I ended up with something that was orange or yellow, I used to hate it. Oh, it's so cute together. And just that little tiny bit of black and white all the way throughout from the pattern of those carrots. Really cute. It's going to look really nice with that sign. So you're not covering up that first layer completely, but you are enhancing it, I feel like, when you're adding the second layer and doing the layers, because it looks so good. All right, I'm not playing with our ribbons just yet and really setting them in place. I'm going to wait until the very end to do that. Super cute as I just move that one a little bit. That's fine. Okay. So now, remember this guy here? Hold on. Remember this guy here? We're going to take this apart. apart. And what do I got here? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to go grab that other piece. See, now you know why I get 2. Sometimes I just need extra. You could have spread this apart a little bit more, but I'm just, because I have 2, I'm just going to grab the other pieces. 4, 5, and 6. Okay, we need 6 pieces for what we're going to have going on here. Okay. Now, stay with me. Stay with me. I'm going to take our 60919, our greenery, orange, yellow pieces. I'm going to pull those apart and take this off here. Okay. I'm going to spread this apart, make it look super cute, makes it look nice and full. Spread it, spread it, spread it. Bring those berries, those little berries, those teeny tiny little berries, bring them up to the front. Spread those little white pieces apart. There we go. Add in our eucalyptus to the back. Yes. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Bring that to the back. Perfect. Got a nice little teeny tiny little bundle going on here. I'm going to turn my glue on for just a second. And what we're going to do, well, let's get those together. You know what, let's just put a zip tie on these so that I can set them aside and not let them move, because I don't want them to move, and number 1. And number 2, it'll be a nice little spot to kind of hold on to when, cut that all off at the same time, when I'm going in with the pipe cleaner. Okay, super cute, absolutely adore, love, love. Of course, that eucalyptus really does a lot for me. Just does a lot for me. I love it. There we go. Now, you know, sometimes I do all this stuff ahead of time, you know, so you don't have to sit through it, but, you know, it's good that you get to see what goes on, right? Number 1. Number 2, oh, what was I going to say? Goodness, I'm forgetting my words a lot. I'm so sorry. Look at that. And then you'll still be able to see those ribbons. It'll be just fine. This is just going to level up your wreath. And you're adding greenery. And so it looks like, you know, you've done a lot of work when you really haven't. It's just, you know, you let the greenery pieces do the talking, right? You didn't do all the talking. You let these, and it was really simple to add. We'll spread those apart when we get in there, but that looks looking good. So I do have my glue gun on just for a little bit of extra. There we go. And the glue gun also, sometimes these, once you pull that whole thing apart, these will start to come apart, quite honestly. I mean, you just pulled apart the structure of it. And so sometimes that the zip tie isn't a bad idea, right? We're just making sure we keep everything together, from hopefully keeping it from slipping out anywhere. And typically I use this little tool that helps me tie those pretty tight, and instead of pulling that out and just winging it here. Super cute. Super cute. Okay. And then, oopsie, let's make our bow while we're at it so we can do all the assembly together. So I'm going to take this off of here. It's been drying for a while now. And I'll add I'm actually going to use wire since this isn't a kit. I prefer to use wire. It just helps the wire, using wire goes through the pipe cleaner, or through the mesh quicker. That's what I was trying to say. Pipe cleaner, there's nothing wrong with pipe cleaner. They just get stuck when you're trying to put them in through the mesh. And it absolutely drives me bonkers. I'm just going to use mesh. I'm sorry, wire. All right, that's set aside. Now let's make our bow, and then we'll do all the assembly super quick. Okay. So we have, I took the, oops, and the yellow. I took all the ribbons and then I added some, okay? So the open weave was from the box, the lace edge was from the box, and the yellow topper was from the box. Now you see I introduced it here, I introduced it on the bow, and I introduced it in the greenery, right? Kind of bringing those colors all out. Since the black and white, again, was spread throughout and it's in the sign, I didn't bother to add it into the bow, although you totally could have, okay? A cute little small gingham, a 1.5 inch gingham, or maybe even a 1.5 inch with the Swiss dot would have been just darling. All right, I'm going to set these aside. So I brought in the bunny and I brought in the stripes here just to add some ribbons. I didn't necessarily want this one to be this ribbon to be the base of my bow. I did want a solid ribbon, and even though this is patterned, I want it to be not see-through. So I added this one for the bottom, so that'll work out nicely. Okay, and then of course I am going to keep our bow the same pattern, the same that I typically always do. It does change, varies sometimes, but I'm going to just keep it. We're going to start with a, well, let's start with an 8 inch, just a little bit different. I'll start with an 8 inch tail and still do a 6 inch loop. Okay, and then pinch. And pull those apart and twist and loop. Pinch, twist and loop. Pinch and twist. There we go. Let's set this one right down in there. Okay, and then I'm just gonna form that just so you can see just a little form. This one I did is a little bit short, so maybe I would still stay at 7. I'm used to making these for our kits, and so our kits come with what you need for the actual bow, and so I cut them the same length. So let's just stay at 7 inches. All right, coming in with the green, the moss. I love it. It doesn't clash. It doesn't match exactly, but it doesn't clash. It's just perfect. I can bring that in there. Again, with the greens and the greenery and stuff, it's going to be just fine. So I'm going to add that open weave. Okay, open weave. And then the one thing that's different on this layer is as I put in my layers, ooh, this is a good one. This ribbon is thick. As I put in this layer, you notice how that bow has 2 loops on one side and 2 tails on the other side. So every time I put in a layer, I'm going to swap where those 2 loops go, okay, just for the balance of the bow. The 2 loops are here. I'm going to put the 2 loops over on this side. Let's slide that down in. This is going to be so cute. Just wait. It's going to be so cute. Okay, just different texture on that. I'm going to go ahead and trim that a little bit. Perfect. And then I went with the bunny. Okay, I went with the bunny. Just because it's a little different. It does coordinate and match with the carrot ribbon that we put in there. So I just added that. It has teeny tiny little carrots and little grass. So it really matches, and the black and white, really good match there. I'm going to come down with our tail first and then go up a little bit. Everything gets a little bit shorter from that first layer, so I'm not necessarily worried about measuring or putting in a certain, putting in certain measurements. I'm just trying to track and make sure that those layers are just getting smaller than the previous layer. That's all. So pinch, twist, and loop on every one. Okay, and then again, the 2 loops are over here, so the 2 loops are going to go up here. Perfect. Now that looks upside down if I put it in that way, so let's just go ahead and twist it. There we go. Can't really do anything about this one, but it's going off to the side, so I feel like that's okay. Then that super cute orange. I'm just looking at the order of the layers. I could have put this one in before the bunnies. That would have been either way. Okay, coming down with the tail. Again with the loops. A little smaller. Pinch. Twist, loop, making sure those look about even. Pinch, twist, loop. Perfect. Pinch, twist, and loop. Okay, so our 2 loops went up last time. I'm going to make sure our 2 loops go down this time. Nope. I just lied to you. Just kidding. Whoopsie. I was right. 2 loops went up. So, goodness gracious. Come on, Melissa. Sorry about that. Now, I could have stopped at this layer, and usually I do, but that yellow with just a little bit of extra brightness coming in there and bringing out that yellow again from the from all the other things. I just want to make sure I bring in that yellow, and it's not a lot. It is a solid, but it's little. It's a thin ribbon, so it's not something I have to worry about taking over. And then if I really wanted to, I could just do a little button in the center, but I am going to do the 3 loops also, so it looks really cute. Just spread apart. Nice little topper on that bow. Super precious. There we go. So I do keep a little loop on the top. That's to help me hide my pipe cleaner. So my 2 loops went down. These 2 loops are going to go up. Perfect. And I'm going to spread those apart. Nice fresh, and then that one's going to go straight up. Nice fresh yellow right on that top. Love it. Okay, so from here I am going to zip tie because that's how I normally do it. My little, oops, that's not a zip tie. My little hands are not, they're not strong anymore. Nicest way I can put it. They're not strong anymore. So I'm going to lift this up right off of here, kind of push it down and then up. Push it down, push it together. Once I have it kind of lifted, I push it close. Just pull it all the way up. Perfect. Make sure I kind of have that, where they're going to go. One's going to go up. This one's going to go to the side. Push it down. Take my zip tie. This is a kind of a big bow for this little teeny tiny zip tie, but we're gonna see if it'll play our game with us. And it is. I'm going to add our wire. Before I do anything else, add in our wire. Now listen, don't let anybody tell you that how you make a bow is wrong. However you make a bow is great. Okay? I make beautiful bows. It's one of the few things I think I do wonderfully. I make beautiful bows. I just make them the way I make them because I'm at a, my hands don't like me very well when I make them the way everybody wants me to make them, so I make them my way. It's totally fine. This actually is the Lisa bow. So Lisa Kellum, my sweet friend Lisa Kellum from Kellum's Creations. I watched her in the very beginning. Again, here's that zip tie. We're going to bring that straight up to kind of cover that. Bringing this one out to the side over here, this one over here, this one goes straight up. Great, lovely, wonderful. Everything's in place. Everything's not in place. Where does that go? Oh, here. This one needs to go towards this way. I'm like, what is going on here? Here we go. Super cute. I mean, this is just darling. Again, I'm always going to try to add plaid. I love plaid. Darling, darling, darling. Okay, let's get to putting this whole thing together. Let's get to putting this whole thing together. Oopsie. Oh, I need that. Okay, I'm not going to worry about this part. It's all going to end up underneath the sign, and I'm really just not worried about it at all. Okay, it's going to be just fine. I'm going to cut these off. Make sure I have everything in place the way I need it to. And then I'm just going to go in here on the top. I'm going to make sure that my pipe cleaner comes right above that zip tie, so it kind of helps lock it in place. Okay, and then I might just add a teeny tiny little bit of glue in there to kind of hold it all together. I try not to use glue just so that I can say on my listing no glue, because some people are specifically looking to not have glue. They know that their front door comes directly down in some pretty serious heat in the summer, spring, even in the winter, honestly, with that sun gets pretty serious, right? And so they are specifically looking for designs that don't have glue. So the least amount of glue I can use, on projects overall, the better, right? So I don't do that all the time, but look at how cute this just adds another little level. And honestly, I didn't even think about adding those eucalyptus until I was opening the box with y'all, and I'm so glad we did. It looks so cute. Again, right above that. So those are just going on the inside. Again, our sign and our bow, totally going to cover the inside of all the stuff, so I'm not worried. You know, I'm not even concerned one tiny bit about what's going on in that center. I know it looks, ooh, yikes, looks not great. It's okay. You just want to make sure that these are real. If you're not going to add glue to be extra security, you just want to really make sure that you're twisting and you're confident in your twists. Because if not, they're going to come apart and these greenery pieces are going to slide out and that's not going to be any fun. So let's not, let's not do that. So if you're not feeling confident with your twists, then make sure you're adding a little bit of glue. Again, I'm just using that little tiny zip tie as an extra, like, slip foolproof piece there. This is so cute. So you see, you don't have to have, you don't have to make some gigantic wreath if you want to add greenery. Okay. I've sold a ton just like this. My cost stays down. My all the stuff, it all stays down, right? Super great, making it affordable for everyone. I just absolutely love it. Okay, now it looks hideous. Like, what in the world is going on here? Right? I agree. Totally agree. Let's grab our sign. Look at that. Would you look at that? Oh, it's so cute. Okay, we're gonna go up a little tiny bit. We're gonna position it up just a little tiny bit. And I think I'm going to make this my bottom. I'm going to position it up just a little tiny bit so that I have some room down here. Look at this. Oh, it is so cute. Okay, let me move this around here. I do want to get that spread out. I don't want those to be in the same spot. Making sure I'm getting all over the place here because I'm going to bring that a little bit further up. Making sure now my sign, my 10-inch square sign, covers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those pipe cleaners, which is perfect. It's going to allow me to bring that bow just down a little bit. That greenery piece is going to get a little bit covered. Well, it's going to be mostly covered. I'll say that. It's okay. All right, so the next thing I'm going to do is add, secure our sign. So I'm going to go right through all these pieces down here, all the layers, go through all the stuff. And I'm going to make sure that wire wraps around the frame. Move it. Don't want to move it out of the way, but I gotta move it out of the way. Move all that stuff out of the way. There we go. There we go. Now the wire, again, adding that wire right through is so much easier than the pipe cleaner. So much easier than the pipe cleaner. Just snuggle it down in nice and tight. Y'all, I hope that you enjoyed this. I hope that you enjoyed watching this piece come together. I love, love, love it. I'm going to flip it over in just a second and show you what I'm doing under here. Let me just get one piece complete. So that it doesn't scratch people's doors. Okay. Going over here on this side. Again, I did intentionally put that up there. I'm going to bring it out, kind of make it not look so flat. But I did intentionally put that up so that I could make room down here for that nice big bow. Right through the mesh. As soon as I get it through, I'll flip it over and show you what I'm doing. Okay, so what I did, oopsie, I miscovered that. There we go. Let me just get this in place before I make it. There we go. We want that to still cover that little thing down there. We go. Okay, all right. Here we go. So I'm flipping it over. Found our our wire piece. Wrapping it around the frame, nice and snug, nice and tight. The back looks nice and clean. Doesn't look messy. Doesn't look, nothing's all crazy. Doesn't look out of place. Nice and clean. I do not cover the back. I leave them just like this. It'll be fine. Okay, it'll be totally fine. And then from here, I'm also going to add our hook. Sometimes when I have, not sometimes, but when I have the piece, the twist tie, right where your hanger should go, that's usually when I add a loop. And I just add one just so that, the customer doesn't have any trouble hanging it. They know where to hang it, so they're not getting it and hanging it upside down, because I've had pictures of that, which is always fun. And they may not realize it when they're taking the picture, but it's always fun when that's left on your review and they got a picture of the wreath upside down. It's all right. Sometimes that happens. So this just helps them, make sure, right? Nice and secure, that sign's not going anywhere. And then we'll fluff all of our ribbons and put everything else in place in just a minute. Right now, we're going to add our bow just like we added our sign. Oh, this is so cute. I love the orange and the yellow. I love this. It is darling. Really cute. So now I'm putting my hands, my chunky little hands, right between the mesh. I'm above the frame, underneath the mesh, and I'm just feeling for that wire. How is this wire getting stuck? Oh, because it has the glue on the end. There we go. I'm going to shift it down a little bit. Now I did cover that Peter Cottontail, which I'm not really, I'm okay with that, because then you can't really see it. I'm not trying to sell that. There we go. Okay, now still looks crazy. Still looks, oh, look at this. So cute. Oh, it's so cute. Okay. Sorry, going a little crazy here. It's fine. I love the stripes coming through. Very different over there. This is really cute. Y'all, again, most of these supplies came from the supply box. If you're looking for information on that supply box, you can check it all out at learnfrommelissa.com. That'll bring you to a link where the supply box information is. Make those all come to life. Okay, then we're going to go through here, pull out all of our ribbons, making sure our ribbon tails are doing what we wanted them to in the first place, because we played with all that stuff a little bit. We're going to make sure theirs are doing what they were intended. I'm going to bring these to life a little bit and bring them up off of that wreath so it's not super flat. guys here in place, making sure no one's hiding, no one got stuck underneath someone else. Everyone is having a good time still. So adding the greenery, this just makes it look like you did so much more work than you actually really did. It does. Just put them in there nice and easy. Now, even if you're not a wreath maker and you're just making this for your home, now it looks like you're a wreath maker. Right? Absolutely, darling. Super duper cute. Y'all, I hope that you're subscribed and following us for all of our more. We make tons of videos just like this, so make sure you are following and subscribed so you can see the rest of our upcoming, all of our cool new stuff coming out. I do have a little concern here over in this corner. I want to make sure that ribbon stays covering up that little. I'm just going to add a little teeny tiny little dab of glue. I've been known to do this a time or two, so that that ribbon, that stripe ribbon, just stays and covers up that little spot right there. I just want it to stay. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing, commenting, telling me where you are, asking questions, all those things, all that stuff helps helps our business for sure. I hope you were inspired. I can't wait to see what you do with the next supply box. So signing up for the supply box doesn't mean you'll get this box, because now we're in February, or I recorded this in February, and this is the January box. So the January box, I believe, was sold out. And so you would be getting the next box, okay? So make sure you're following those directions when you look at that, the instructions on the supply box. This is just so, I love it. I love it. It's the mixture of the white and the orange and the yellow. Look at that. It's so pretty. And our frame, right? Our frame is strong enough to be able to withstand all that, the weight that you put on it. Totally and absolutely love. Y'all, again, it's Melissa with Sincerely Creative Mom. I hope you had a great time here today, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye, y'all.